Hey guys, Mr. Moon. Today we're reviewing the 2021 Marvel TV show Falcon and Winter Soldier. It stars Anthony Mackie, Sebastian Stan, and is about there's many different things going on in this show. There's the what's his name? Not Bucky, Falcon, whatever. Sam turned in his shield, and now the U.S. has made a new Captain America, and Falcon sort of, but yeah, and but also the Falcon and Winter Soldier are going after a band called the Flag Smashers. They are terrorizing, but the show doesn't really say that because they're sort of, I don't know, some weird stuff. At the end, I'll have a spoiler section. I'll say my score of it, and then I'll just keep talking about it. But yeah, it's the stuff I liked about this show. The story, for the most part, there were some really just messages that were forced in there. It felt like, especially towards the end of the show. I didn't really realize that until the end of the show when they were starting to have a bunch of messages. And, yeah. But otherwise, though, the story good. The story was good. The actual story, not the messages, were good. So yeah, and then the action too. I thought the action was pretty solid. There wasn't always action. Actually, in the fourth episode, I think there was action was absent from the episode, which is surprising. I thought it was just going to be a bunch of action, which didn't really disappoint me. I didn't really care too much. They did some good character building and stuff. And also the villains. I sort of like the villains. It was kind of cool seeing Zebo back. I didn't really know his name until this show. I don't really care for Marvel too much. But the villains, sort of. That's the thing I'll get into a little later. But other stuff I didn't like, though. I thought the cinematography was sort of a mess at some bits. Like the first episode, there is a therapeutic sequence between Bucky Barnes and the therapist, and the cinematography was just a mess there. They really tried to make you feel like uneven, but it just looked really, really weird. There's some other scenes too, but that's the main one that comes to mind. Also, the new Captain America, I thought he was terrible. Not his character. I thought his acting was terrible. But the actor behind him was terrible, and the character was a little douchey, but he was supposed to. And the messages, I'll get into that a little later too. And also, just really bad lines. It was mainly by Sebastian Stan's character, the Winter Soldier. Some really corny lines. Overall, though, I'll give Falcon Winter Soldier a 71%. I don't know, watch it if you like Marvel, if you want a fun action show, and if you have Disney Plus, but otherwise, I wouldn't bother. But here's the spoiler stuff. So if you haven't seen the show, don't watch this part. Just exit the video, or skip to the end if you want to see recommendations. But yeah, I thought the new Captain America was terribly acted. I didn't like that at all. But more the messages, I thought this just took away from the show at the end. Like Sam explaining to politicians on how to get a better thing going here, how to do their job better, and they sort of just completely just forgot about the terrorists that were terrorizing and said their message is good. And they sort of blamed it on the politicians. So I guess you can say the politicians were the real bad guys in this show. Just sort of funny, I thought. They just sort of shoved it off on them and just completely forgot what the terrorists were doing, and they just blamed the terrorists on the politicians, which that was kind of stupid. I don't know. That was one of the messages. But and then Disney or Marvel really seems to like this the Ginger from Solo. 'Cause this is the second time she's been in one of Disney's more adult products, I guess you can call them. I don't know. She did fine. Felt like she was forcing her lines though. It was kind of annoying. But yeah, and also, yeah, the new Captain America was also acted terribly. There's a bunch of bad acting, but, what you gonna do? they just... And also with the Black Captain America thing, I didn't mind. Although at the end, they really started shoving it down there. Shoving it down your throat. Because, they had it throughout the show, and I was sort of like, oh, it's a good idea. It's a good idea to have Falcon take over the mantle, keep the shield, and they sort of gave it away, and you realized, oh, you can't let the government do this. The government was just sort of the bad guys in the show. I'm not gonna lie. Although, yeah, so that's my review of the Falcon and Winter Soldier. It was mediocre. I gave it a 71%, as I said earlier. Overall, though, I feel like it was better than WandaVision. I know it's the same score I gave WandaVision, but I do feel like it's better than WandaVision. But, yeah, see you next time, fans.